I will request Ms. Ma'am Natsuki to also have a seat on the stage, please. I will request Honorable President Islamabad High Court Bar Association, Mr. Riyasat Ali Azad to have a seat on stage, please. We welcome our esteemed guests here in Islamabad Bar Association, and इस्लामाबाद बार एसोसिएशन के आज के इस प्रोग्राम का हम बाकायदा आगाज़ करते हैं. We will start with the recitation of Holy Quran. I will request Mr. Abdul Rahman Khalid, Advocate, to please start the proceedings with the recitation of Holy Quran. Mr. Abdul Rahman Khalid, Advocate.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ومن أحسن قولا ممن دعا إلى الله وعمل صالحا وقال إنني من المسلمين. ولا تستوي الحسنة ولا السيئة ادفع بالتي هي أحسن فإذا الذي بينك وبينه عداوة كأنه ولي حميم. وما يلقاها إلا الذين صبروا وما يلقاها إلا ذو حظ عظيم. صدق الله العظيم.
जज़ाकल्लाह. तमाम अहबाब से गुजारिश है कि एक मरतबा दुरूद पाक पढ़ लीजिए. अल्लाहुम्मा सल्ली अला मुहम्मद व अला आलि सय्यिदना व मौलाना मुहम्मद व बारिक व सल्लिम अलैहि. आज जो हमने सेशन रखा है, हिज एक्सीलेंसी एम्बेसडर जापान मिस्टर मित्सुहिरो वाडा, उनको उनकी टीम को आज हमने इस्लामाबाद बार एसोसिएशन में इनवाइट किया है. और इसका पर्पज़ ये है कि हम जापान के हवाले से और दीगर दुनिया में इस वक्त जो मुख्तलिफ ममालिक की तरक्की का कामयाबी का राज है उसके हवाले से भी, लीगल फील्ड के हवाले से भी और मुख्तलिफ हवालों से जो फंडामेंटल राइट्स और ह्यूमन राइट्स के हवाले से बहुत सारी प्रोग्रेस दुनिया के अंदर चल रही है, उन कॉन्सेप्ट को समझने और उसके हवाले से एक तबादला ख्याल और डिस्कशन के लिए हमने मुख्तलिफ गेस्ट स्पीकर्स का एक सिलसिला शुरू किया है. तो आज का ये सेशन भी इसी हवाले से है. और मैं रिक्वेस्ट करूँगा ऑनरेबल प्रेसिडेंट इस्लामाबाद बार एसोसिएशन to please come and rise and have the welcome roll with us, Mr. Shakil Abbasi, President Islamabad Bar Association.
The Honorable Ambassador of Japan, the Honorable Member of the Bar, the Honorable President High Court Bar Association, the Honorable Cabinet of the Bar. First of all, I thankful all of them and especially the Ambassador of Japan. It is great honor and privilege to welcome His Excellency Ambassador Mitsuhiro Wada to Islamabad District Bar Association. We are delighted to have you with us today. Your distinguished background in law with LLB University of Tokyo, and executive international experience bring a deep understanding to the challenges and potential with the legal profession. Your presence here underscores the strong endorsing relationship between Pakistan and Japan, and we are truly grateful for the opportunity to strengthen our bonds further. The relationship between Japan and Pakistan has been one of mutual respect and cooperation. For a decade, our nations have collaborated in various fields, from economic partnership, technological exchange to culture and education initiative. Japan's support in infrastructure development, health and education has significantly contributed for the Pakistan progress. This long-standing friendship provides us a solid foundation for further cooperation, particularly in legal field. There are numerous opportunities to strengthen our relationship further by fostering deep economic exchange and enhanced education exchange and collaboration on technological advancement. We are bringing our countries even closer. We can build a partnership that not only benefit us but also set to precedent for the international cooperation. Pakistan growing economically and strategic position make it a valuable partner for Japan. While Japan technologically advancement can aid on our development, joint effort addressing global challenges such as climate change and suitable development can also be paved way to the stronger partnership. Ambassador Wada, your academic and professional journey exemplifies the high standards of legal education in Japan. Collaboration with Japan's university and legal institution can help us establish scholarships and exchange program, enabling our lawyer to gain valuable insight and skill from Japan advanced legal systems. At the same time, Pakistan legal scholars, practitioners can share an unique perspectives and initiative approach with Japan counterpart. Japan commitments to ensure access to justice for all the exemplary. We can learn from the Japan Legal Aid Program and Community Legal Education Initiative to develop similar framework in Pakistan. Ensure to justice inaccessible in every segment of our society, especially the valuable and marginalized. Our own experience in extending legal services to remote and underserved area can offer initiative model for Japan. With your rich experience and as a consul general in various countries and leadership roles, we can partner with the Japan legal institutions to organize professional development program, workshops, seminars, and conferences. We'll provide our lawyer with ongoing learning opportunities, covering recent legal development and specialized area of law. Our legal professional experts in the areas such like human rights, constitutional law, and public interest litigation can contribute significantly to these exchange. Culture and professional exchange program between the Bar Association of Japan and Pakistan can significantly strengthen the relationships. These exchange will all allow to our liars to immerse themselves in each other's legal culture, fostering mutual understanding, respect and honorability. Through culture exchange, art and tourism, we can strengthen the bonds between the people, celebrating each other traditions and value in science, and our society build lasting friendship. Both Japan and Pakistan can benefit from adopting elements of each other's legal system. Japan approach of legal education and practice can inspire reforms of our system, while Pakistan's legal heritage and innovation approach can offer unique perspectives to Japan practitioners. Mutual learning can lead to more robust and legal framework in both the countries. Your leadership in international cooperations and economic affairs present a unique opportunity for collaboration, environmental and corporate law. Japan expertise in environmental and corporate governance can help us deep, robust legal framework and promote responsible business practice and environmental conversation. Collaboration project, energy, waste management and environmental conversation can help protect our natural resources and ensure greener future for the next generation. Pakistan efforts in environmental law and corporate relations can provide valuable cases, studies and cooperation opportunities. Lastly, Japan implemented initiatives like the 30% Club and Women in Law pledge for flexible work arrangement to empower women in legal profession. Mentorship program and network opportunity further support their career growth. Pakistan can benefit by adopting similar policies to enhance gender diversity in legal community. Flexible work arrangement and mentorship program can address challenges faced by women lawyers. The partnership between Pakistan and Japan, especially in legal field, hold immense potential for mutual benefit. Your Excellency, with your deep understanding of legal profession, we look forward for your continued support and collaborations in building a more effective and just legal system in Pakistan. Together, we can achieve remarkable progress and set up for the international cooperation. Thank you for your grace us with your presence today. Let's to continue to build our strong foundation and strive for a future marked for cooperation, progress and mutual understanding. I once again thankful the Excellency and all the members of the board. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. President, Islamabad Bar Association. Respected members of Islamabad Bar Association, it is an honor for all of us that His Excellency Ambassador of Japan is here in Islamabad Bar Association, and I would like to request Mr. Tariq Bilal to please come on stage and present the brief introduction of His Excellency Mr. Ambassador of Japan, Mr. Tariq Bilal, please.
Thank you, Mr. Hassan. Excellency, Mr. Mitsuhiro Wada, Ms. Natsuki Kawamura, Mr. Riyasat, Mr. Shiki, Mr. Hassan. Today, the Ambassador of Japan is here. We have had very long association with the Japanese community, even when I was a school-going kid, Japan Embassy used to host film events every first Sunday of the month. And another important aspect of His Excellency is that he is also a lawyer. He was born on 28 July 1960 in Japan, and he did his LLB from University of Tokyo in 1983. And thereafter, he proceeded to University of California, Berkeley, and got his MA in Asian Studies in 1987. He joined the Foreign Office right from the beginning. He's a career diplomat in 1983. And then he studied in the People's Republic of China also. In 1992, he was posted as the Deputy Director Oceania Division, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and then he served at various places, including his position as Deputy Director, Administrative Management Bureau, Management and Coordination Agency, First Secretary at the Embassy of Japan in the People's Republic of China, and then so on. He also served in 1999 as the First Secretary, Permanent Mission of Japan in Geneva, and then Counselor Embassy of Japan in Indonesia in 2002, and so on. In Pakistan, he has been the ambassador since November 2021. He is married and has 2 children. And my personal gratitude to the people of Japan is that I went to Japan in 1990 through the efforts of the Japanese government, and I happened to be in the cultural exchange in that. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tariq Bilal, for having a brief introduction with us about His Excellency Ambassador of Japan. Respected members of Islamabad Bar Association, it is an occasion of great pleasure for all of us that His Excellency Mr. Mitsuhiro Wada is here in Islamabad Bar Association, and being a progressed and the developed nation in the world, the Japanese nation has strived and struggled very hard to develop their country, to develop their nation on the basis of morality, on the basis of norms of the legality, and on the basis of the development and enhancement in all the female aspects of the life. We as a Pakistani nation, we want to, His Excellency, we want to learn and know about the reasons behind the development of the Japan. After the World War II and after all the, you say, what happened about 60-70 years ago, how they came back, how they developed their nation, how they developed their country, and on which norms and on which basis they have developed their nation, they have strengthened the bond of their nation. And what we have heard about the Japanese nation is that they focused on their education system. And we have studied about the Japan that there is uniform educational system. The children of the premier of the country, the prime minister and the president of the country, and the children of a common or a layman study in the same education institution. प्राइम मिनिस्टर का, वज़ीर आज़म का और एक मजदूर का बच्चा एक स्कूल में पढ़ता है. बट ये है पॉइंट जो हमने सुना है जापान के बारे में, जो पढ़ा है, जो देखा है. And what we think, sitting far away from the Japan, that is the reason behind their progress, their development, and their collective, what they have achieved in the world, on the nations of the world. So we want to know about that how the educational system of Japan has supported the development journey of the Japan. What we also want to know, His Excellency, that's how, what we have also learned about the Japanese nation, that all their system is based they are very strong and very firm about their moral values. Their truthfulness, their punctuality about the time, what they have done collectively and individually in this regard. We want to know about that. We also know that the Japanese nation about for last 60 or 50 years, how they progressed in the field of technology. All the technological developments within this world, somehow they are connected with the Japanese nation. Somehow they have some relation with the Japanese nation. So, as a Pakistani, as a friendly nation with the Japanese, the Pakistan nation, the Pakistan country, the state of Pakistan has strong ties and have this strong relationships with the government of Japan and the nation of the Japan. We welcome you, Your Excellency, in Islamabad Bar Association. I would also like to introduce that Islamabad Bar Association is the federal bar of the Pakistan, and the Islamabad Bar Association, according to its proportionate share, is the largest growing bar of the Pakistan for the last 7 years. More than 7,000 members of this bar association have been enrolled in last 45 years, and we are having here in Islamabad Bar Association more than 6,000 membership record here in Islamabad Bar Association. People and advocates from all over the country, from all the provinces, are enrolled here in the Islamabad Bar Association. Islamabad Bar Association, being the bar of Pakistan, has played its vital role in different aspects of the life. It has played its vital role for strengthening the rule of law, for ensuring the transparency within the governance system, for ensuring the protection and to ensure the fundamental and human rights of the country, to eliminate the discrimination among the different castes and creeds and the different genders in the country. We are promoting equal, and we are giving equal opportunities to the female advocates and the judges in the judiciary as well. So I will request His Excellency Mr. Mitsuhiro Wada to please come on stage and have a few words with us, knowing that he has a legal background, being the student of law, he knows about the legal system, having vast experience in the journey of ambassadorship within the United States and within the Pakistan and all over the world. I would request Mr. Mitsuhiro Wada, please give a warm welcome to him. Please come on stage and have a few words with Islamabad Bar Association.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you very much for inviting me to this bar association. It's my pleasure and great honor to be here with you today. Thank you for the kind introduction, but I'm not a lawyer, unfortunately. I studied law at the university, so I have some basic knowledge about law. But I'm a career diplomat working for the foreign ministry for more than 40 years. When I was asked to talk something here before you, I thought about a lot what I should talk. I cannot talk politically sensitive matters, maybe, so I decided to choose a gender issue in Japan as today's topic. As was mentioned, I joined the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in 1983, and at that time, more than half of the 25 people in my same batch were from Tokyo University, which is always considered to be one of the best universities in Japan. And there was only one female diplomat among those 25. After joining the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, I was told to learn Chinese language, so I was dispatched first to Hong Kong and then Beijing to study Chinese language for about 2 years. And after that, I worked in China for 3 times and also in Hong Kong once. So I'm one of the many China experts in Japan's foreign service. In addition, I also served in US, Indonesia, Switzerland. So I also have various experience in my career. And then since 2021, I am the ambassador here in Islamabad. So in the last 41 years of my experience as diplomat, I have witnessed big changes in many ways. The situations surrounding the gender issue in Japan has also changed significantly. If you talk about the Japanese Foreign Ministry today, you will see that the universities that people come from are more diverse, and there are also a lot more women. Since last September, the foreign minister of Japan has also been a woman. Foreign Minister Kamikawa, she is considered as a very strong candidate for the future Prime Minister, for the first female Prime Minister of Japan. I don't know if she can become Prime Minister or not, but it is really a good thing. So my wife, I want to introduce some of my family things, but my wife is not a diplomat, but she was born into a diplomatic family and has lived overseas since she was a child. She is a sociable and likable person, and maybe she's more diplomatic than I am. And anyway, she was my classmate at the Tokyo University. We met at the university. And then when we were university students, I think are female in Tokyo University. Now I know about 20% are the rates of the female in the University of Tokyo, but at that time only 2% was the female student. So actually there was a very severe competition among male students to get her. So I was lucky to be able to get married with her. So in 1983, we graduated from university. But at that time, there was still a strong gender discrimination in employment, and even after graduating from Tokyo University, my wife had a difficult time to find a job. And also, she was facing discrimination in terms of pay and other treatment compared to her male classmates. So she finally found a job in a big company, but she was very much upset at such discrimination at that time. But 40 years has passed since then, and the situation has changed completely for the generation of our children, or generation of Natsuki Kawamura, her time. I'm very happy that women are now playing a more active role. Today I want to introduce a bit about the situation in Japan regarding this gender discrimination, gender equality. And I hope you can learn a little bit from Japan's experience from my explanation. In Japan, there is something called morning drama. It is a drama that is broadcast on NHK for 15 minutes every weekday morning. And I myself have been watching it as part of my morning routine since I was a child. Some of you may have heard or watched the drama Oshin. It was one of the morning dramas that became very popular internationally. The morning drama currently on air is based on a story of Miss Mibuchi Yoshiko, the first female judge in Japan. The drama interestingly depicts her history of working to improve the status of women during the turbulent time from before and after the war. And watching this drama gives us a glimpse of how various reforms were carried out in Japan after the war. More than 70 years have passed since then, but the gender gap in the legal profession is still significant. And this year, only 20% for the first time. By the way, the wife of our deputy, the number 2 of our embassy, Mr. Ito, is also a female lawyer, their field. And we are still facing lots of problems in this regard. So now I would like to introduce some of the reforms that have been taken in Japan to date to promote women's participation in society. So at the time when Japan was trying to recover after World War II, Japanese society was a very traditional society in which people believe men work outside and women raise their children at home. It was considered natural for women to leave their job and become full-time housewives upon marriage, even if they had worked after graduating from schools. Even with the new constitution and the proclaimed equality between men and women, traditional Japanese philosophy or way of thinking has been very slow to change. So in this regard, the Act of the Welfare of Working Women was enacted in 1972. And this law was revised in 1985 to become the Equal Employment Opportunity Law for men and women. The name of the law was also changed to a new one. As the name suggests, the Working Women's Welfare Law was a law that stipulated the promotion of welfare of working women, and in particular, it stipulated an obligation to make efforts regarding child care leave, etc., etc. But the law in the 1972 didn't stipulate at all gender equality in the workplace. They are only talking about how to raise the welfare for the working woman. At that time, we also had a Labor Standard Act. Labor Standard Act restricted overtime work and late night work for women in particular. There was still a strong traditional mindset that men work outside, women stay at home. So women cannot work or cannot have overtime working, cannot work at night. They are really limited in the working place. Well, we can call it we protected women, but from the ladies' point of view, it was a discrimination against women. Meanwhile, there was a growing movement around the world to improve the status of women, and in 1979, the Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women was adopted. And Japan signed this treaty in 1980 and proceeded to develop domestic laws with the aim of ratification. As I said, the Equal Employment Opportunity Law for men and women was enacted in 1985, but this new law was only a recommendation. Although it was just a recommendation, it was a groundbreaking law because it, for the first time, stipulated equal treatment of men and women in recruitment, hiring, placement, and promotion. It also prohibited the retirement system and dismissal of female workers on the ground of marriage, pregnancy, or childbirth. So my wife and I graduated from the university in 1983, 2 years before this law was enacted. That's why my wife was having difficult time in finding a job. The following year, in 1986, the year after the law came into effect, Her Imperial Highness Princess Masako passed the Foreign Service examination and joined the Foreign Ministry in 1987. The number of female career diplomats at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs started to increase after seeing Princess Masako's case. She was really a role model for many young ladies at that time. And then entering into 1990s, the Equal Employment Opportunity Law was revised in 1997 to strengthen it further. It prohibited discriminatory treatment on the basis of gender in recruitment, hiring, placement, and promotion. So the 1985 law only stipulated the obligation to make efforts, but this 97 amendment clearly prohibited discrimination. In addition, in 2006, there was also another amendment to strengthen the discrimination provision by prohibiting discrimination against both men and women, and also prohibiting indirect discrimination and so forth. In addition, number of laws have been enacted to promote equal social participation for men and women, and various aspects of gender equality have been sought, such as the improvement of child care leave, the treatment of part-time workers, and the obligation to take action to promote the active participation of women. Some of the main examples are the Basic Law for Gender Equality Society, enacted in 1999, which expresses the principle that men and women should participate equally in all female society social activities. And the other example is the Act on Promotion of Women's Activity in 2025, which aims to further promote the active participation of women in society. As a result, women's participation in various parts of society is progressing, and for example, the percentage of female government officers hired in April 2024 was 39.2%, almost 40%. This was the highest ever. At the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the number of career diplomats hired is almost half male and half female. And female diplomats are also very active at the Embassy of Japan in Pakistan. We have 3 female diplomats who get married, who have family, and all of these 3 female diplomats, including Natsuki-san, has accompanied by their husband. And those husbands are, you can say, house husband, who take care of the house matter and child raising and helping wife who is a career diplomat. So I feel that the times are definitely changing. I have 2 kids. One older daughter is 34 and the younger son is 32. Slightly bigger than Natsuki-san, but both of them have family. Their spouses also work, and those couples, both husband and wife, do housework together and share the child care responsibilities. So when their children were born, husband took more than a month of paternity leave to look after their baby. When I was raising my children 30 some years ago, I could never have imagined something like this. At that time, there was not even a system for paternity leave, child care leave in the first place, and no one male even, imagined taking something like this. So I worked very hard from morning till night every day, and I left child raising responsibility 100% to my wife, and she was kindly enough to help me to raise our kids. But that was the time when we were young, but the time is really changing. So, Japan has been making great stride in the area of gender equality, but there are still many issues to be addressed. In 2023 World Economic Forum Gender Gap Index, Japan ranked 155th out of 146 countries, the lowest ranking since the index was first established in 2006. By the way, this was slightly better than Pakistan. Well, in terms of education and health, men and women are very much equal in Japan. But there is a significant gender gap in the area of economics and politics in particular. Japan scores 138th out of 146 countries in the political field, almost the bottom of the list. The percentage of female member of the House of Representatives is only 10%. And there has not yet been a female prime minister in the history of Japan. And also the percentage of the female executives in the companies is also very, very low at the present. The speed of action in other countries is faster than in Japan, indicating that the change in Japan is still insufficient. As we all know, Japan is facing a declining birth rate and an aging population, And from this perspective too, it is urgent that we create an environment that makes it easier to balance work and childcare and make the more women to participate in the working place. Japan is often seen as a country that has succeeded in post-war economic growth, but it also faces challenges like this. The government has been making trial and error efforts to gradually make the progress in a way that is suitable to Japanese society, and you know, the people's philosophy or people's way of thinking, traditional way of thinking, is very difficult to change. But taking decades of time, we are trying to change it step by step. And in this regard, I believe that the laws, legislature and judiciary has played a very vital role in changing Japanese society towards the right direction. So that's basically all I want to share with you today. And I would like to ask all of you, legal professions in Pakistan, to learn a lesson from other countries and probably work hard with open mind to improve the country, this great country of Pakistan. That's my hope, and I really hope today's short statement can be some help of you. Thank you very much. Shukriya.
Thank you, His Excellency. Surely, being the members of legal fraternity and being the members of the Pakistani nation, we are always prepared and we are always keen to learn from the other countries, from the other nations, all the positive aspects, and what our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam has said, that the good thing or a positive thing is always a very valuable thing for our Muslim, and he always ambitious to get the valuable thing from anyone else and to learn the valuable thing from anybody else. So we are always keen and we are always pressed to learn the positives of the nations, and His Excellency, we assure you that Pakistani nation, having a 63% of the youth in its collective population, is a very strong nation, is a very ambitious nation for the progress and for the development as well. And we also want to play a positive, constructive contributing role among the nations of the for the peace, for the betterment of the world, for the positive changes in the world, and we assure you our cooperation in this regard, and we are also hopeful that Pakistan and Japan will surely have some sort of contribution in the legal field as well. And for the sake of that thing, we are always ready to bring anything positive within our system, which is necessary for the insurance of the justice and for the protection of the fundamental rights and for the progress and development of the legal and justice system within the Pakistan. Again, I would like to request Mr. Riyasat Ali Azad to come on stage and have a word of thanks to the Excellency Minister. He is the President of the Islamabad High Court Bar Association.
Your Excellency and the honorable guest, distinguishable guest, thank you very much for coming here, and it's an honor for us to have you in Islamabad Bar Association, which is the heart of the Pakistan country, you know, and more than 7,000 members, they are doing a practice here. And whereas the Japan is concerned, it is very honor for me to say that the 20% women, they are the lawyers and they are doing their practice in Japan, and here in Pakistan, and especially in Capital Bar, that two ladies, office bearer, are sitting on your left side, the additional secretaries. They are participating in politics, they are doing their job, their practice. But I say in more and adding on that situation that after Second World War, that the Japan, Nagasaki, Vietnam, Cambodia, those countries were completely eliminated by the America, and now in the prevailing circumstances, now the America, who himself calling that the America is the champion of human rights, whereas the conduct and the behavior of that country, that is very shameful throughout the country, that you can say that in Palestine, being a Pakistani, being a Muslim, but it is not a question of Muslim, it is question of humanities. We believe that the peace should prevail throughout the world, and there must be a peace, there must be no war at all, and the inhuman being treatment, bombardment which is going on, we expect from the Japan that you have to raise your voice for elimination and for the peace in the world. So being a Muslim, being a human being, it is duty of our people as well as the people of the Japan, and Japan is the glory of the world, and we expect from the Japan that they will raise the voice for the Palestinian people, babies, children, women. They have been brutally murdered and attacked by the wicked person, I would say the wicked, the inhuman treatment which is going on in the world in the Palestine. So it is duty of the Japan, because the Japan is the country that they have stood up after elimination, and I salute them, the nation, that they have done a lot of work, their determination, their loyalty to their nation, and they have stood up even after elimination of America when the Second World War was in progress. Whereas the discrimination is concerned, our constitution is very much clear. In Pakistan, there is no discrimination at all. Article 25 of Constitution of 1973 says equal treatment of law should be given to every citizen of Pakistan. Nobody is above the law. But we are doing efforts. We demand, we are doing efforts that every citizen of Pakistan for implementation of human rights which are provided in the Constitution of 1973 of Pakistan. We are doing effort for implementation of the true democracy in Pakistan. We are demanding and we are doing efforts for implementation of rule of law in Pakistan, because the Japan is the glory. They have implemented, they have all these principles, and now they are the developed country, and we are following. And we are praising that the Japan, they have done a lot, and we expect that the Japan cooperation regarding rule of law, democracy, implementation of law in Pakistan, with the cooperation of Pakistan, we expect that your cooperation is always with the Pakistani nation, and Japan has already supported the Pakistani nation. In future, we expect more than that. But my few words, I always very hopeful for the development of the Pakistani nation, but in lightened mood that all the lawyers, as you referred, that our husband is a house husband. So the lawyers, Pakistani lawyers, they are also a house husband after completion of their job. So I always thank you very much. I want to say the question arises here. I say few words regarding the humanity. That is very important, and we expect that being office holder, ambassador, the very powerful position in Pakistan, in the world. So please, once again, I'll respectfully submit that the Japan especially has to raise voice for Palestinian people. This is my last submission. Once again, I am grateful to have you here in Islamabad Bar Association. It's an honor for us being you have in Islamabad Bar Association. Thank you very much for coming here. Once again, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. President, Islamabad High Court Bar Association. We welcome Honorable Member Islamabad Bar Council Sayyid Kamar Hussain Sabzwari, who have vast, interaction with the Japanese people, and yesterday I have discussed with him about the history of Japan, and he told me about the Japanese language as well. So on this occasion I will also pay thanks to Ms. Natasuki Kawamura, the second secretary of the Embassy of Japan here in Pakistan. I am sorry if I have not pronounced your name properly. I am sorry for that as well. And I will endorse the demand of the President High Court Bar Association that all the nations within the world should play their role for the protection of humanity within Palestine and all over the world as well. So all the nations, all the countries should be united, and the purpose of the formation of the United Nations, that is the peaceful settlement of the disputes at the international level, should be immediately followed by all the nations, and all the nations should play their role. At the end, I would like to request Mr. President on a lighter note has told us that not all the male members of Islamabad, but one of our friends sitting here in Dadullah, he after his marriage did not even bother to come out of his home for last 6 months after his marriage. So we pay tribute to him for his positive contribution within his house for wife as well. So I will request Mr. President Islamabad Bar Association, Mr. President Islamabad High Court Bar Association, member Islamabad Bar Council, please come forward and pay and present a shield to His Excellency Mr. Ambassador of Japan, Mr. Tariq Bilal. Please come. Ma'am,